So I'm in this class, and the professor, Dr. Gerald Post, eminent psychiatrist, tells us to shadow our bosses for a week, just watch our bosses, spend each day with them, and then do a psychological profile on our bosses.
And this is when you're at George Washington University, you're a student.
Right.
Okay.
I was in grad school. There's Jerry. And what a great man he was. He died of COVID, the poor guy.
Oh.
So
he was murdered.
Right.
Carry on.
I'm working at the United Food and Commercial Workers Union at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked for this guy who was a mean, like angry, old school union organizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit afraid of him, to tell you the truth. Big, strong, mean guy. And halfway through the week, we got into an argument, and I called him a racist, which he was.
Yeah.
And he got so mad, he set a stance and he put up his fist like this. And I put up my hands thinking, dang it, I went too far this time. And he goes, my penis is bigger than yours. And I said, what? And he goes, my penis is bigger than yours. I said, you know what? You're nuts. And I quit. And I walked out. So I went back and I banged out my paper. I said he was a sociopath with psychopathic and possibly violent tendencies. And I footnoted the whole thing. It wasn't just John venting on it.
But with a possibly decent wiener on it.
Yeah, right. Apparently.
You got to put that
apparently. And so I get the paper back a week later. Dr. Post gave me an A. And then in the margin, he wrote, please see me after class. So I go up to him. I said, Dr. Post, you wanted to see me? He says, come to my office. This classroom was like on the 6th floor and the office was on the 4th. So I went down there. He closed the door and he says, look, I'm not really a professor here. I'm a CIA officer undercover as a professor here. I'm looking for people who would fit into the CIA's culture. I think you would fit in.
No way.
Would you like to join the CIA? And I said, oh, yes, I would. And so the rest, though, is up to you. It was kind of a long story. I'll skip it. But he made a couple of calls that got me deep into the process.
Got it. So Mr. Post was your professor.
Yes.
And you also had this job where you were under, where the guy was the racist guy.
Yeah, that was at a union.
Okay.
So I was using that union job to put myself through grad school.
Got it.
And then I quit and I walked out. I said, the guy's dangerous. And I guess the way I wrote the paper made him think that the analysis was concise. It was to the point, and I backed it up with the facts. So I go through these weird. He sent me across the river to Roslyn, Virginia, Arlington, Virginia. It's a little neighborhood right across the Potomac from Washington.
Hold 1 second.
Yeah.
So he was a CIA operative, this professor?
Yes.
Now, when someone's a CIA operative, but also a professor, are they an actual professor that then gets hired?
That's a great question.
Like, which is first?
That's a great question. It's usually that they're a CIA operative first, and then they get hired as a professor. What he did is illegal today.
Got it.
So in 1993, Congress passed the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, the EEOC, which made this illegal. So now it's very not sexy. You just go to www.cia.gov and click apply.
Right. Different.
It's different.
It's a little easier.
Back then, it was all white guys from Ivy League schools for the most part, and now it's different.
It was exciting.
It was exciting.